You've been here for 2 years. It's been pretty awesome, I assume.
Yeah, very good. I like my kids. Co-teachers are great, so
Yeah.
I mean, it makes the environment really good.
Great. And how about just the cultural experience of living in Korea? How's that been?
I mean, of course, I had to adjust a little bit
Yeah.
to the culture just to understand it a little bit. But I mean, I enjoy like the culture in terms of like the food, just everything. Like, for example, even the bowing that just to say hi. I don't mind that. I find that like a way to kind of give them respect. So I really like the culture here.
Excellent. Speaking of adjustments, what were the biggest ones that you had to make?
The biggest one.
Or the most challenging ones?
Gosh, I don't think it even has to do with just Korea in general. I mean, it's just kind of like living on your own and being the only foreigner here, perhaps, in the school. You kind of have to adjust to that. Like, not everyone feels comfortable speaking in English to you, but
Yeah.
I can feel like they're very nice to me.
Yeah. A lot of teacher candidates that we meet are actually pretty nervous about being the only foreigner at the school. What has been your strategy for success?
I really just try to talk to them, especially during lunchtime, because they're really busy. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So I just, when I eat lunch with them, I just kind of pop a few questions here and there. When I pass by their hallways, I just always be friendly, I think, you know, because they're probably not accustomed to you. So I think making the first move would be best.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And can you speak Korean, or have you learned any?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to learn. I mean, I am nowhere near fluent, but
Yeah.
I really want to learn. I mean, one of the motivation is to actually connect with the staffs here, because I just want to talk to them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and being able to survive in Korea outside of the school, just ordering food, simple survival Korean skills, you know?
Yeah. How would you describe your relationship with your English co-teachers?
I had quite a few because of the changing of contracts, but each one of them, I mean, they all had their styles, but I really enjoyed each, like, just you connect with them differently. I guess that's the best way to put it. And for example, the one right now, she's just like near my age, and we could connect in that way. Or they like to take me to their family sometimes and introduce me to their kid and mother, and I just feel kind of homely that way. And they cook me some home food, so I love it.
Awesome. And what are your main expenses here?
My main expenses, food or traveling. I think just transportation, because of my location partially. I have to go on the airport line and then go on the regular subway. So I think in terms of that, compared to other teachers who are, for example, on the Incheon line, I pay a little bit more, and I come to school every day by bus. It is pretty cheap, but I mean, every day it's like 90 cents and 90 cents back. It's no big deal, but I mean, it is just part of the expenses.
And what is your apartment like? Do you enjoy Korean accommodations?
My place is it's not small, but I mean it's just perfect for one person. It's living in the one bathroom stall like thing. I don't know how to explain that, but basically your bathroom is your stall. I mean, that's probably the biggest challenge. Other than that, I fully enjoy my accommodations. Yeah.
Awesome. And have you been able to make a lot of friends here, or are you lonely? What's your social life like?
My social life, okay. Well, first off, my orientation group, it's best to really just like bond with them, because they're the ones that's going to be there for the same amount of time that you're going to be here. And from those people, they'll branch off to other ones. I've also joined like things like church or outside activities to kind of get to know locals or just even other foreigners. And yeah, I've made such good friends here, actually. It's sometimes sad to see them go.
Yeah. That's always the hardest part about teaching in Korea.
It's part of life, but I mean, might as well make good friends while you're here.
Yeah. And do you ever go to staff dinners?
Always.
Yeah?
Always. I mean, they eat good food. I love the duck they always cook. I just like, it's a chance, like I said, eat lunch with them. This is another chance just to bond with them. They're probably more relaxed in, so you can approach them more. And I just try to get involved with the school activities, even though I'm not actually partaking in them. I just like to be there. Maybe interacting with the students, if not just the teachers as well.
Yeah. Do you have any relationship with your principal at all? You ever see him or her or interact?
I do. It's kind of a minimal interaction because I don't have to really see or talk to him much, only in terms of when I pass by him or if I have to get things signed. And but he's so nice. He's so cheery.
That's great.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they're heading over to Incheon or any public school board, are always extremely nervous about where their placement is going to be because we, as a recruiter, don't necessarily know. Maybe up until, by the time they arrive in orientation, that's when they're told. From your experience, what reflections do you have about the whole placement process?
The whole placement? I felt like they were pretty accommodating. At first, as you viewers might know, you have to list like what your priorities are in terms of relocations, such as Incheon or Seoul or Pohang, depending, and then what kind of school. And you have to be understanding that sometimes you might not get your first choice, but I felt like it was pretty accommodating regardless. I mean, I love my situation, so I can't complain.
Amazing. And anything that you would advise that people bring with them that you can't buy here?
Bring with them?
Or have you been able to find everything that you need most of the time?
Mostly. I mean, there are certain like food, but you can't exactly get that across the border. Things to make your place homey, I guess, or if you have like a larger shoe size, for example, out of the norm in Korea, because they only have usually one size fits all or for clothing. So things like that, I would say. Yeah.
Great.
For sure.
And how is teaching? Did you come from a teaching background?
I did study psychology and focused on educational psychology, and that was up to my formal training. But I did other things such as tutoring or teaching piano.
And do you enjoy it?
Currently, or
currently, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
teaching.
of course I do. Like, I love interacting with the students. That's kind of the best part, in my opinion. They're kind of funny, and I'm kind of goofy in that way, so I kind of interact with them in that level, and it gives them a chance to practice English, in my opinion, too. So why not? Yeah.
Great. And do you have any final closing comments about the whole Korean experience?
Well, you definitely won't regret it. Like, now is the time to do it. Now is the time. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much, Jackelyn, for your time. Annyeong.
안녕하세요.